Eating on Friday, Erev Shabbos, how much you allowed to eat? Are you allowed to eat a good Suda, a regular Suda, or just nash a little bit? Today we'll speak about having a tainus on Erev Shabbos. If you're allowed to have a tainus, the other extreme. Are you allowed to be Nisana on Erev Shabbos? So the Shulchan Aruch says, Derech Anshe Maisa, L'sanas B'chol Erev Shabbos. The Derech Anshe Maisa is to fast on Erev Shabbos. Sounds like that's the Mekubal thing to do. That's the righteous thing to do. That's the best thing to do. But the Mishnah Berurah, interestingly, brings the Bach and the Mogen Avram and the Sharach Reinim. They say, they hope that we don't pass like this Shulchan Aruch. It's better not to fast on Erev Shabbos. Why? Just like we say that it's usher to overeat Erev Shabbos, Shalei Konus L'Shabbos, when he's full, so he should be Toev L'Achol. So there's also an isser to go into Shabbos when he's Ma'unah, when he's starving hungry. A person shouldn't go into Shabbos like starving hungry, sit out to the Suda and just devour the entire Suda. It's also not Kavod Shabbos. Kavod Shabbos is to be balanced. That's Yiddishkeit. You have a healthy balance. Don't eat too much, but don't fast either. And that's how we paskin la'alocha. Unless, the Mishnah Berurah says, the exception is, in loishu or istinus. And if you'll mamish have a little food, even that will keep you full till Friday night, till the Suda, then you shouldn't eat anything. Right? That's the only heter to fast. But otherwise, it's better not to fast at all. That's Siv Gimel. Siv Daled discusses, what if there is a tainus tzibur on Friday? Sometimes you have a Sarah B'Tevis. It falls on Friday. When does the fast end? The fast ends as soon as you're on the Kabul Shabbos. It's the next day already. Or does the fast end only by Tzeisak Echavim, when it's Laila? So there's a machlokes Rishonim, but anyways, we'll get to the halacha lamaisa, the Ramah. The Ramah says it depends when you're fasting a tainus yachid. It's your own personal Kabbalah. You decided to fast on Friday, for whatever reason it is. Then you can be mekel and finish the fast as soon as you're Makabel Shabbos. The Biur Halacha says you don't even have to daven Ma'ariv. As soon as you're Makabel Shabbos, you decide not to do Malach anymore because of Taisvis Shabbos. If it's Meplaga Mincha Ve'elech, a time where you can make an early Shabbos, your fast is over. That's only if it's a tainus yachid. But if it's a tainus tzibur, it's a Sar B'Tevis, then of course you have to wait till Laila, till Tzeisak Echavim. Now, a tainus yachid. Let's give examples of tainus yachid. What's a tainus yachid? So the Mishnah Berurah gives examples. They used to fast on yard sites. Yes, you had a yard site, you fasted. Another example of tainus yachid would be Erev Rosh Chodesh, Erev Shabbos. Some people fast on Erev Rosh Chodesh. You see in Kippur Cotton then, although if it falls out on Shabbos falls out on, if Rosh Chodesh falls on Shabbos, you usually say in Kippur Cotton on Thursday. But perhaps, since it is Erev Rosh Chodesh on Friday, people would want to fast on Friday. So that's called a tainus yachid. A tainus tzibur, like a Sar B'Tevis, that you have to wait till Laila. What about a tainus cholim? Someone had a bad dream. In halacha, it's mavur in Shulchan Aruch later on in Siman Reish Peiches, it's mavur that for certain dreams one should fast. If you see your dream where a Sefer Torah is burnt or Sefer Torah is torn up, so there you have to fast a tainus cholim. So let's say the tainus cholim is on Friday, so that's also considered a tainus yachid l'chayra. It's not a tainus tzibur. So there you should be able to finish your fast already as soon as you're Makabel Shabbos. But the Mishnah Berurah gives a reason that no, that although tainus yachid were usually mekel and you could finish the fast as soon as you're Makabel Shabbos, but if it's a tainus cholim, then you have to be machmer and wait till Tzeisak Echavim for two reasons. The first reason is, Mishnah Berurah says something interesting, the kiven shu mepnei asakona levatel levar chaloim ra shema lo yoel levatlo im lo yashlam ad halayla. Perhaps it's not going to work to be mevatel the bad dream only if you finish your fast till Laila. But if it's another tainus yachid, it doesn't have that reason. There you can be mekel for Kabbalah Shabbos. Another reason tainus cholim, for a tainus cholim you should be machmer. The place can say because a tainus cholim, we'll see later, a person is allowed to fast a tainus cholim even on Shabbos. one of the few things you're allowed to do on Shabbos. You can be mevatel the mitzvah of eating a suda and fast. And the reason is because the whole reason why we're mechayev you to eat on Shabbos is because of Einik Shabbos. Someone who believes that something bad is going to happen to him and he can't rest properly unless he feels he's going to have a kapara and fast, and that's his Einik Shabbos. So therefore, at Tainis Cholim, you're allowed to fast on Shabbos. And because you're allowed to fast on Shabbos, one should continue his fast from Friday into Shabbos till Laila. That's another reason why Tainis Cholim is different, although it's a Tainis Yachid. What about a Tainis Tibur? A Tainis Tibur, you have to fast till Laila, we said. What about, you're baking a chol, you're cooking cholent, and you're making a lot of food on Erev Shabbos. It's time kedai to know. And you can't eat, you can't taste the food to see if it needs more salt, more pepper. So what are you supposed to do? So there is a halacha in Shulchan Aruch, and the Mishnah Berurah brings this halacha. He says in Siman Tov Kaf Samach Zayin, he says that one is allowed to taste, even in the Tainis Tibur, even in Asar B'Tevis, you're allowed to taste the food on Friday, since it's the Tzorich Mitzvah, as long as you don't swallow it. You shouldn't swallow it. Just put it on your tongue, see if it needs some extra salt, and that's mutter even though it's a Tainis Tibur. Te'ima ba'alma l'tzorich sudas mitzvah, l'tzorich the mitzvah, l'tzorich the suda of balaylo is mutter to taste on Friday. Although Friday is a fast day, it's Tainis Tibur, Tisar B'Tevis. One is actually allowed to take some of the food and put it on his tongue to make sure that it has all the proper ingredients. Whether one should make a bracha, one should not make a bracha if he does that, because he's not eating it. It's only l'shem te'ima ba'alma. But there's an interesting halacha, an interesting halacha kedai to know. Next time you have a Tainis Tibur falling off on Friday, you're allowed to taste food on Friday as long as you don't swallow it without a bracha. But the Tainis has to continue until Tzeis HaKechavim, and you can't break it after once you makabel Shabbos. If you're making it early Shabbos, you have to wait till Tzeis HaKechavim. That's basically in a nutshell the sif of Tanesim on Erev Shabbos. The next simon deals with Hachonas Hasudas l'Shabbos. Simon Reish Nun. Shulchan Aruch says a very interesting lashon. Yashkin ba'boiker b'yom shishi la'achin tzarech Shabbos. The person has to wake up early on Friday. Some people think Friday you can sleep in later. Why not? It's Erev Shabbos. It's not such a hectic day. Maybe it's not such a pressure day. I don't know if you have uni, but Friday is usually it's not such a pressure day as other days. Erev Shabbos is in the air, so the Shulchan Aruch says Yashkim B'Boiker, and not only that, Yashkim B'Boiker, the Mishnah Berurah brings that it's actually a Dairaisa from two different Makairos that we learn that a person is to wake up early on Friday to prepare the Hachanos for Shabbos. The first pasuk the Mishnah Berurah brings is V'hoyu b'yoyim hashishi. The pasuk says V'hoyu b'yoyim hashishi v'echinu asasher yaviu. It's talking about the man, and they prepared the man on the sixth day, asasher yaviu. So the Gemara darshes Hachana Dum Yudava. We learn out Hachana has to be Doima to Hava. Just like Hava, we know, was Babayker, because it says that by the man, Vayilkatu Oisai Babayker, so too the Hachana had to be Babayker. Had to be in the morning. And the other Makair for waking up early on Friday, the Prima God, the Taz. Taz brings this halacha, this other Makair, the Bir halacha brings him. He says, because it says, V'hoya, the lashon of v'hoya, ein v'hoya elo miyad. Shenemar v'hoya ki kama plishti. So v'hoya is a lashon of right away, straight away. You wake up right away in the morning. And the Prima says an interesting thing. What will be the nafkamina between these two makairos, between these two sources? Whether you should link Kriya Shema and Daven before the Hachanas of Shabbos. If you learn it from v'hoya b'yom hashish v'echinu sashi yaviu, that Hachan has to be doimet to Hava, then Hava, you learn from Babayker. Babayker could mean whatever, the first 3 hours of the day. It doesn't mean right away. It means in the morning. So whatever hours are still considered in the morning la'alacha, then you could still be mekayim the mitzvah of Achana Babayker. But if you're learning it from the Makar of Vahoya, because Ein Vahoya Elo Miyad, that comes even before Kriya Shema and Tefillah. You have to do it right away.
Is that like a chiyuv, or is it like an Indian of getting up earlier?
No, it's some place going to Daraisa. It's a Daraisa. We'll see about it. There's actually talk in the Paiskim, there's a long Bir Halacha. Let's say that you could only go out to the shuk and buy the food. You have a choice. Either you can go right away and buy the food, otherwise no food is going to be available for Shabbos, or you could lay Kriya Shema. Which one comes first? Right? Which one comes first? Does buying food for Shabbos come first because you learn that from a pasuk of a hoya, ein v'hoya el miyad, or does Kriya Shema, missing Zman Kriya Shema, come first? You're not going to be able to make the mitzvah of Kriya Shema. So Lamaisa, the Bir Allah says it's mashma that hachana for Shabbos comes first, but Lamaisa he has a whole arichas that avada not, of course not, for many different reasons. First of all, tadir v'she'enei tadir kaidem, Kriya Shema comes first. The other reason is he claims he wants to say that it's only an asmach that's not a deraisa, and he says it doesn't make sense to say that it's a deraisa because the sudas on Shabbos, according to a lot of Rishonim, is only a derabanan. So preparing for the Sudas of Shabbos of the Rabbanon can't be a Deraisa. You can't have a mitzvah Deraisa to prepare for a Sud, which is only a Rabbanon. Right? So the Ber Halacha says that for 2-3 different reasons. There's another reason I think he says also. He says also because the Ikra of Einik Shabbos we saw is also, according to some Rishonim, it's also a Rabbanon. So it can't be that the Achana of V'haya, in V'haya al Miyad, they have to go prepare right away on Friday morning, should override the Chiyuv of Kriya Shema and Tefillah.
Even if it's Darabon, it's still a mitzvah, it's a mitzvah, bottom of a mitzvah. Go and get your food for Shabbos and you're Isaac b'mitzvah.
But you're not Isaac b'mitzvah yet. If the question is what you should do like a tchila. Right now you have a choice. Should you go be Isaac and Achana for Shabbos, or should you go like Kriya Shema first?
Darabon, it's still a mitzvah.
Right, so if you would be Isaac b'mitzvah, that's got
The
rayas, you're right, there are rayas, it's a shmuz by the way. Isaac b'mitzvah, bottom mitzvah, you say that some Isaac b'mitzvah, there are bonis, bottom mitzvah, there are rayas. Do you say that? There is a Matzchias in Sukkah that says that, it brings a raya from the Gemara in Sukkah that you say even by mitzvah d'Rabbanon, that if you always mitzvah d'Rabbanon, you put them in the mitzvah d'Oraisa. Kabbalas Pnei Rabbi Regel. Kabbalas Pnei Rabbi Regel, it's override. If you be always give a Kabbalas Pnei Rabbi Regel, you don't have to sit in the Sukkah. But anyways, there's shmuz about that. But over here we're dealing. You didn't start yet b'chlal being Isaac in any mitzvah. You have a choice in front of you. Should you go be Isaac in the mitzvah of Achana l'Shabbos or Kriya Shema? So he says Avada you should go be Isaac in the mitzvah of Kriya Shema. But interestingly, if let's say you're dealing with tefillah b'tzibur, let's say let's say it's just a matter of davening with a minyan or first going shopping. The makom where you know you're not going to be able to shop afterwards, so it's either a choice of davening with a minyan or going shopping. There, of course, you should go shopping first and skip the minyan. That's what the Bir Halacha says. But if it's a matter between a mitzvah d'Oraisa and a mitzvah d'Rabbanon of Achana, he claimed it's a d'Rabbanon because it's asmachta, then of course you should do the mitzvah d'Oraisa first. Only with regards to a minyan, to missing the minyan, there he says that mutav l'spal achkach b'yichidim mishispal b'tzibur v'lo yimtza achkach moliklis l'tzarcha Shabbos. Okay, it's not over here.